Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Still waiting for your friends, huh? You only have 7 for now. for another 2 minutes, yeah, class? You have only 13 now. Can you hear me clearly, class? Boleh dengar jelas? Boleh ya? Alright, thank you. So this is your third day for the semester. How it goes? Boleh buka mic. You can turn on your camera as well. We have 14. Another 1 minute, 1 minute lagi kita sambung lah. Okay, so for today I'm covering on chapter 1. So fully by today, we finish with chapter 1, the introduction. And then next week we will continue with second chapter on planning and scheduling. Right? Okay. Oh, masuk. Okay. Perasan. Alif. Since when you didn't do your haircut?
Since September last year.
September?
Last year?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Any plan?
No.
No? Sampai bila you nak simpan?
Till, I don't know. Tak tahu lagi.
Habis
Nak buat
MCO
dreadlock ke?
apa?
Nak buat
Habis MCO ke? Macam mana?
Nak buat dreadlock.
Nak buat? Okay, sorry.
Rambut yang serabut tu.
Allah. You tak rasa rimas ke?
Boleh ikat.
Ikatlah. Sakit mata saya. Kan? Lagi elok. Right. Okay, we have 17. Apalah. Okay, so may I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in my list, okay, Nur Shafika. In my list, I have in the SMP. Actually, there are 29 students. Okay, registered for this course. Okay, so fully all the students can access our lecture for today. Hold on. I want to record, but actually I don't like to record actually. Hold on. Right.
Cikgu tak mandi doktor.
Tak apa, tak bau.
Apa dia mandi weh?
Mata I sakit. Alright. You know what? In my early days of when I start as a lecturer, actually we are excited and just to share experience lah. Very excited to go to the class and then hopeful and we are expecting the student already in the class, then lecturers come to the class, right? But when there's certain scenario where students come late, so what I did is that I locked the room. Okay, so for those who will come late, so they cannot enter the class lah. Okay, I did that actually, but for a few years. Now it's already 20 years, right? So for a few years, then okay lah. Okay, you are big already. The students are matured already. You can think what the best for you, right? But sometimes, in certain way, our advice as a lecturer is actually to make you a better person, right? Am I correct? To make you a better person, right? Instead of your parents, okay, your families, but also we are expecting you to good student. You perform your study, and that is the best, all right, for you. All right, that's all. So for today, again, Assalamualaikum, very good morning. For today, I'm covering on chapter 1, continue on chapter 1. So I'm presenting the slide now, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, so during our lecture, possibly later, like maybe I'm a bit like a mother style lah. All right. Okay, so what I have what I want to show, this is can you see the chapter? Can you see the slide?
Yes, doctor.
Right, thank you. Okay, so hold on. Is it okay this view now? Is it okay for you? Or do I have to put in a slideshow? Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay, right. Right, thank you. So I have gone through all this one, okay, which is to mention about what is actually the project, software project management actually, right? Which is when we are talking about software project management, those mentioned in the stated in the statement here or in the conversation here, the budget, okay, guidelines in matter of certain things that should be done, the staff, and also the timing is the what we call it is the major concern, all right. Okay, so when it comes to the importance, the major concern, then as a project manager and also in the team, what you're going to have is that those things will be utmost important and will be I would say the things that being measured when to consider either your project success or fail, right? Success or fail. Right. So on that things, when we go for this one, actually, to relate to the previous one, there for when you look on the in the most of the software project management books, okay, they concern in terms of this triple constraint. Triple constraints here means that sometimes when you want to adjust certain factor or certain element, it may affect the others. Okay, let's say triple constraints here is cost, schedule, and performance, right? So, for example, on costing, okay, let's say, for example, I'm giving example. You have one project which is being mentioned how much it will cost or how much your customer willing to pay you, right? If you are a software developer, you are a software developer company, okay? Then this project, let's say your customer willing to pay 100,000, 100K, right? So that will be the cost for them, right? And those costs will be the income for the company, okay, because the customer pay for the company 100K. Okay, they're willing to invest 100K, right? And that 100K for the company, for the software developer company, is it involves the cost and also the revenue, right? Right? Means that they allocate certain costs for the development, but at the same time they have the extra income from that, right? Which is that will be the revenue for the company. Okay, so that will be on the costing, right? Okay, so in a matter of for the company, software developer company, okay, it will be up to them how they want to do the adjustment on the cost and also the revenue. Okay, possibly the company can reduce the cost and then they can increase the revenue from that 100K, the portion, right? Okay, so in a way of costing here, so up to the developer how they want to do the adjustment, okay, how they want to allocate the items for the costing. Okay, so at the same time also, okay, the customer have certain expectation on the how many how long is the project. Okay, that will be the schedule for the company. Okay, they have to make the scheduling to make sure at the end of the day the customer get the product, get the software, they can use the software, it's ready for them, right? So the schedule itself can be schedule expectation from the customer, okay, and the scheduling also for the developer to decide how they want to do the in terms of the how they want to do the adjustment on the activities for the development, and at the end of the day they can deliver the product or the customer the software to the customer. That is on the scheduling, right? And then it will involve the planning later that we are going to cover on the second chapter, right? And the performance here really in terms of how they perform, okay? Performance can be as well, you look on the performance of the project, okay? Okay, what they want to have is on time, right? They want to have means that at the end of the project, okay, is ready, right? The performance here also can be influenced by many factors actually. Okay, can be because of the staff, for example, yeah, because of the staff, your the staff or the team members having problem. For example, they are sick or ill. Okay, like for example, situation nowadays, maybe one of the staff having problem like infected by the COVID, right? So that will be, can be one of the problem. Okay, or even can be because everyone have to work from home. Previously, they are working in the office together. Okay, but then okay, they have to work remotely. Okay, then it will also may influence in terms of the job performance for each of the team member. Okay, so this triple constraint, okay, may influence one to another. Okay, and what we are going to have in terms of behind what you're going to study is that to make sure that everything can be managed. Okay, can be managed. Okay, if this situation happen, what can be done? Okay, or maybe what are the preparation for your project that you have done even before you start the project. Okay, before you start the project. Okay, so that is what we're going to have. Okay, before, during
Doctor,
the project, and after the project. Yes.
doctor, there are
Yeah.
some people wants to enter. I think there are 2 to 3 people, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, siapa ni? Nur Hazima. Okay.
Boleh pintu dah
Okay.
tutup.
Okay. Anyone else? We have 23 now. That's all? Right. So, can I continue?
Yes, doctor.
Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. So that is on the triple constraint. What I'm telling you now is actually sharing in terms of the scenario, right? In when we are talking about project, okay, so for software project, okay. But however, in the real life, okay, it's not that easy, and also it's difficult actually because when we look on the percentage of the project success, you will find that the percentage of project success is very high, very low compared to the project failure. All right. So what we don't want to have a project failure, right? If you're doing the project, you want to make sure the project are success. Okay, it's good. Okay, at the end you can come up with a good software. Okay, and your customer are happy, right? Okay, but in reality, what we have here is actually class. Okay, the situation happen is possibly happen, right? Meaning that if you look here, you can see that for the first one, for example, customer. Okay, the second one, project leader, right? Third one, business consultant. We have also system analyst, right? And then we have programmer, we have project documentation, operation. This is actually in terms of when we look in detail, each of the project can be viewed by different, anyone request, hold on, can be reviewed by different person. Sirui, yeah? Set of 24. Anyone else? Okay, so what I want to have you to fill in is that a different stakeholder. Okay, what is stakeholder? Okay, customer is stakeholder. Project leader or project manager is the stakeholder. Business consultant is also the stakeholder of the project. Okay, meaning that the people who have certain interest to the project. Okay, for example, one project, let's say, project for e-commerce project, for example. Okay, for that particular project, there are many people involved. Okay, and those people have certain interests. That is what we call stakeholder. Okay, stakeholder, right? Okay, for example, programmer is the stakeholder. You have also in terms of the others, like the user. Okay, okay. So what's the difference between customer and user? Okay, what is the difference, class? Customer and user. Anyone to answer? Maharaj, are you there? Maharaj?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, what is the difference between customer and user? Any idea?
Yeah, I have an idea.
Okay, right.
Yes.
You are the one who define who are the customer, who are the user in your project planning, documentation. Okay, right.
Okay.
Because it's a term, it's a word which is okay. Let's say in your document project planning, which is you are going to create later, right? In your project,
Yeah.
okay. So usually, customer is the one who are sponsoring the project. Okay, let's say you are the developer. So your customer is the one who are sponsoring the project. Means your client, okay, or client. Okay, user. Okay, user is usually the one who are using the system or the application that you are creating, you are developing, right? So usually customer and user, because customer here usually, let's say for a company requesting for one dedicated development, okay, the customer usually who are dealing with the company is the one who are sponsoring, so it will be usually the management, okay, but the request possibly comes from the user, okay, user inside the company, okay. So let's say one application e-commerce. So possibly that application requested by the marketing department maybe, or even the accounting department. Okay, so let's say e-commerce involve also like ordering system of goods ordering for their customer, for their who are using your product or for the company product, okay. Or for the finance, maybe used by for the payment, for example, inside the e-commerce also have a e-payment gateway, e-payment system. So using by the Department of Finance, for example, okay, that will be the user, right? Okay. And then project leader or project manager is the one who are leading the project, and under the project leader or project manager, they are also the staff who be the team, okay, who they are creating the team for the development, for the project development, right? Okay, so looking at those pictures, okay, inside this slide, okay, you may find that different stakeholder possibly have different picture or different understanding or different perspective of what they are expecting, right? Okay, because like programmer, okay, programmer is part of the team. He make the program or he or she make the program, okay. System analyst, okay, analyst design it. Of course, they are concentrate on their task on system analyst. All right. So in terms of that, what hopefully we want to have is a system or application that fulfill the customer needs, right? Okay. For example, system analyst, of course, they are capturing the requirement from the user, customer and user, possibly both, right? And then they come up with the software requirement specification documentation, right? Ever heard that, class? SRS? Ever heard? Alright. And I mentioned SRS, hopefully you can imagine from what you have learned in your second semester, right? Okay? Bear in mind what you learned from first semester up to now in your fourth semester, right? Semester 4, right? Or the fifth semester. Am I correct? You are in your sem berapa? Fifth, right? So first semester, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now currently, okay, all are interrelated. Okay, you already passed your fourth semester, semester 4 belajar. Just bear in mind, it doesn't mean that you have to forget what all you have learned. Okay, it's related. It's sort of like puzzle. Not puzzle, apa tu yang ni you have to put in and then you can see the whole picture, right, later in your end of the study. Right, so on this slide, okay, although they have different picture, different perspective, but the goal for the developer side is actually a project success, and then you have a software or application that is satisfied your customer need. Okay, that is your aim. Okay, your customer and also the user lah. Right. Okay, so what we want to have is the last one here. Okay, what the customer really need. So hopefully throughout the project you can capture the customer requirement. You can design your system, okay, as being specified by the user and also the customer, and then come out with what they want. Okay, what really they want. Okay, the another one, okay, this one, the second last here, okay, how the customer was built. This is usually when we are talking about business lah. Okay, when we are talking about business, because in software development industry, okay, in software development industry in Malaysia, okay, actually there are many big company, okay. However, because of the economy also may influence their business lah. Okay, it's any business lah, like for currently now on the pandemic, okay, COVID-19, the business are slowing, right? And if this scenario happen up to next year, I'm not sure how our economy boost. Okay, and also it give impact to the software house company as well lah. Okay, if not all, maybe some of it lah, some of it. Okay, and throughout my experience, because I have a project, for example, like team project management, SSE for 301, on that particular subject, which is we are going to take coming semester. Okay, we involve the project with the real company actually. We invite the company and then we give briefing, and from there they are willing actually. Okay, surprisingly actually, for example, last semester I invite 9 company and all are coming to the faculty for the briefing, and they are interested to join the project, okay, which is our student, okay, our final year student, not involved, they are doing the project actually. We divided into smaller group, and then like Maharas, right? You involved in that project as well. Okay, so they are willing to involve themselves as a stakeholder, and also to guide the student, okay, on the development. Okay, and when you go for a real project, then you know actually what are the real situation, real expectation from the real customer or user. Okay, it's good, right? Okay, what you learn for this semester is actually more on theory, reading on the theory side, but as well a bit hands-on in terms of the project, which is you have to prepare the project documentation. Okay, right. So I will go for the next slide. Okay, so it's almost half an hour. Okay, then right. So in chapter 1, introduction, this is the learning outcome. What are the software management function, the management activity, and also the responsibility of project manager. So, right. So the following slide after this is actually very basic and foundation actually. What is, okay? What is for example here, what is software engineering? Okay, right? Okay, you are a software engineering student. Okay, so supposed to, let's say, Pakcik or your uncle who are differently not really I mean they are in different field, or maybe they are working in different field, so they're asking you what is actually software engineering. Okay, are you capable of to answer that? Hold on, wait, I see, I Google first. Okay, and that is what is name. But if without phone, okay, without your smartphone, anything, can you spell out what is software engineering? Okay. Okay. So usually it depends. Your answer, it depends who are the people asking, right? Okay. So you can give very general for those people are outside the field, okay, who are not understand what is on the computer side, or maybe the people who are know a bit on the computer, and they can explain more detail, right? Okay. And what is software? Why I'm giving you this slide? Of course, because it relates very much on the difference between software development project and also other development project. Okay, for example, construction. Okay, because software engineering in certain way it be different. Okay, a bit different, slightly different. Okay, with other projects. Okay, why? Okay, for example, software, very basic. Okay, there are instruction which is on the program inside the software, right? They have the data structure which is on manipulating data, the database, right? And also documentation. Okay, I believe you already experienced on your programming, on the computer programming, also on the database, right? So all those are inside the software, right? And another one is the third one, documentation. Okay, documentation is very important. I did ask some of the company about documentation, how they manage documentation. Some said that they have a very dedicated application, which is to store all the application. To store all the documentation about the project. Okay, but from there they archive the previous document for the project or for other projects. Okay, so documentation, when we refer also documentation about certain software, okay, which is if you ever heard, okay, user manual. Okay, user manual is already the outcome from where you already done your project, finish your project. Okay, but also documentation important during the project. Okay, even before you start the project. Okay, right? But the very normal one is user manual, which is for the technical manual and also for the user who are using the system, right? So that is software. I will go across here. Okay, so why we can mention that it's different between software development and also other project. Okay, because software is developed or engineered, it's not manufactured. Okay, okay, all right. Let's say, okay, we project for uh, um, on construction or house, for example. Okay, it's or even on the manufacturing. Okay, so they have the material all here. They have all the materials, and then at the end come up with a certain product. Right? Then you can have the product. Let's say a pen, right? Okay, so on creating a pen, you have all those materials. Okay, and then come up with a pen. Okay, but what about software? How you want to show? Okay, it's not a physical. Okay, so when it's not a physical, you can view. Okay, you can view the interface using the screen, right, class? Okay, okay, you can show to your the user can use. Okay, or even when during the development, let's say for the SRS, it's a document, it's a text document, right? And then you have certain graphical notation inside the document, the diagrams, the figure, right? Okay, that is to represent the architecture, right? The design of your software, but it cannot be whole. It can be seen. Okay, you can show from there, right? Okay, and software doesn't wear out. Let's say, of course, my pen out of ink, right? The pen can be also broken, right? But what about software? What you can see, the problems can be from the what? Okay, if you're having problem like it cannot print, okay, because of the system, okay, or even maybe there are bugs, okay, it cannot operate as it expected, right? So, however, it can be used, okay. Nowadays, the last 20 years application still there, but of course lah, it should be maintained, it can be configured, okay, upgraded, okay, but it's not wear out lah, okay, in a certain way. Okay, however, software itself possibly can be having certain problem. For example, different platform nowadays, different application, new application, and you have to do some integration, that kind of things lah. Okay. So although the industry is moving towards component-based construction, most software continues to be custom built. Okay. So although off the shelf or in the I mean you can buy the existing application which is can be suit for you to use, but nowadays the industry are going for the in terms of the custom build, okay, or special talent. Okay, let's say a company requests for the development for their own company. Okay, for example, let's say for the university, in UPM we have the Sistem Maklumat Pelajar SMP, right? Okay, which is we have the developer who are creating or developing the application. Okay, in other university also they have SMP. Okay, but okay, they are creating their own. Okay, because different company have their own specific requirement. Although they have very general, let's say student registration, exam, to view your exam, right? To endorse the lecturers to endorse your student registration. So, however, in terms of process, in terms of the procedure different. So what they are expecting is that to special alert based on their specific needs, right? Okay. Of course, there are what you call off the shelf. Okay, it's ready made. Okay, ready made. But maybe special needs there is not there. It's not being covered, and it should be tailored. Right? Okay. Okay. Then we go for next one. Software engineering. In which is you are the software engineer to be right in future. Software engineering is establishment and use of sound engineering principle, okay, to obtain economically software that is reliable and works efficiently on real machine. Okay, so I would like to to share here in terms of sound engineering principle. Okay, so what you learn in your curriculum, in your class, actually what we are giving to you is the one that is the software engineering principles. Okay, principles, method, techniques, everything is there, right? Okay, in order to obtain economically software here because we consider in terms of the efficiency, the operational side, okay? Because usually when we are talking about the application of software, it's about saving money, right? Okay, less paperwork, not paperwork, less paper, okay? Go for green, okay? Nowadays, even if you already have the application of software, it's on the green software, right? What is green software? Okay, they're concerned about using less electricity, okay, less power, okay, efficient. Let's say if you don't use, you don't use your laptop, then it will, you can do the setting or you can do the setup let in 5 minutes. If not used, you can apa kita panggil? It can be right? It's our power save mode, right? So all those are what we call it economical software. Okay. Nowadays, people are talking about green IS. Okay, part of my research as well on green IS. Okay, that will be the one that people are looking for. How to make sure that the application can save the environment, or even itself is built in inside the software itself in terms of to make sure that on the developer side pun kita concern. Okay, concern in terms of the green development, right, inside that. Right, reliable and work efficiently. Okay, of course, reliable, one of very important requirement. Okay, when I want to use the application, it's there and also it's reliable, can be trust. Okay, the database that the developer are creating, it can be manipulate the data. For example, it can be used, it can be retrieved, can be stored, retrieved, and others. Right, that is the operation side lah. Right. Okay, so I think I possibly cannot finish chapter 1 by today if I'm go very detailed on this lah. But you can read later class. This is also to show you different perspective on the definition side. Okay, let's say if you go you type in software engineering, you can see variety of definition provided or given. Okay, so this one. Okay, if you go for this one, they are looking in terms of the systematic, discipline, quantifiable approach to the development, operation and maintenance, and they are also looking in terms of the what mentioned inside the one. Okay, so this is a triple E definition. Okay, and possibly not good at detail lah. So one is a project. Okay, so project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service or result. Okay, in general, what is project? Okay, so project management is, this is by Project Management Institute. Okay, later class, okay, I want you to go, this is a simple task. Please take note. I want you to go to the Project Management Institute website, okay, and then try to see what inside the website on the Project Management Institute. Okay, you see there are many things there, which is because Project Management Institute is a one which is providing a standard. Okay, project management body of knowledge. PMBOK is project management body of knowledge. Okay, which is they are establishing a standard, which is the standard was created based on the best practice. What is best practice? Best practice is that the one that they are doing certain process, and then from there they come up with a good result. Okay, and what they did is that from those experiences, from the best practice, they come up with a one guideline procedure which is can be used by other people to hopefully by using that they are also success in the future. Okay, they will be a good guideline which is from there. They when you use they are going to have a success in on the software development. Okay, so go to that particular website. Okay, usually if we are in the campus, I will bring the student to the lab and then they will explore those websites, and then from there they know what inside the website, right? So project management and also software project management. Okay, project management is still general. Okay, so inside project management body of knowledge, PM book, okay, is about project management, okay, in general. Okay, and software project management, what we can have very specifically, which is focused, let's say in IEEE standard. IEEE also have standard. Okay, where from there, those standards is very specifically, they have a certain section, right? They have certain part which is very focused on the software development project. Okay, so project management, software project management, SPM. Okay, activities involved in ensuring that software is delivered on time. Okay, still on when we refer just now on the triple constraint and on schedule, right? Okay, and accordance with the requirement of the organization developing and procuring the software. Okay, mention the same. Okay, talking about time, talking about schedule. Okay, project management needed because software development is always subject to budget and schedule. Another one is budget constraint and schedule constraint that are set by the organization developing the software. All these scenarios, I give example just now, right? Okay. So the success criteria can be any, can be many, can be one, can be many. How you express in terms of the success criteria. Okay, but in general, okay, is 4 points, right? Deliver to the customer agreed time or on time. Okay, let's say end of this month we want to have the software is running in our company, right? So they agreed that particular time, so it's ready. So means that it's delivered on time. Okay, means that the project a success. Okay, can be one. Can keep overall cost with the budget. Let's say 100K, 100,000 just now. Okay, and the money, okay, for the software developer, they within the budget. Okay, within the budget. But in certain scenario, possibly the company may request extra budget with the company, with the customer, with their customer. It's possible. There are many scenarios lah happen because in terms of it's not that simple, right? Maybe they have some agreement and then project delay. When we are talking about project delay, usually the company, the software developer have to pay their customer. Because usually the agreement, they agreed that things, if it delay, okay, the customer may charge the company. Okay, but it depends on the agreement, service level agreement, the SLA, what you call the one agreements which is between the customer and also the developer. Third one, deliver software that meets the customer expectation. Okay, expectation. Different, yeah, budget, agreed time, expectation. Expectation here means that expected to do, okay, based on the requirement. Okay, okay, let's say agree on time. Okay, customer can use within the time agreed. Okay, and then okay, budget okay. But when the customer using the software, there are bugs, there are problems, they cannot do this, and there are problems here and there. Then it comes to the issues on customer expectation. Okay, maintain a happy and well-functioning development team. Okay, this is when looking at the development side lah, developer side, sorry. On the developer side, okay, okay, although sometimes it seems not that affected, but it's even very important, especially during the development. Okay, when we evolve a staff, a human being, okay, like motivation, other issues, contract, different opinions, and then from there, it effect on the performance. Macam-macam lah, can be anything, okay, or even can be politics. It's not about country politics, yeah. It's about politics in the team or even in the company. Okay, different politics, yeah. Okay, can be also. Okay, can be in the management problem. It can be in terms of management support. That one will be talking in detail. I explain in detail in the staff management or human management later. Okay, so this is another triple constraint. Okay, which is from the previous slide. Okay, it covers in terms of cost, time, and scope. And this triple constraint also may effect on the quality. Okay, that is reality. That is reality. Let's say, for example, but it's not good to practice lah. It's not good to practice on the cost. Okay, let's say the developer are towards the end of the development and they are catching out of time. Okay, they don't have much time, but still the work, some of the activity are delayed. Okay, let's say they have another 2 months to go. Okay, and those 2 months they are rushing for example testing. Okay, you have taken your software testing, right, class? Software testing ambil belum?
Yes.
Dah ambil doktor.
Dah
Okay,
ambil.
Rani. Fine, okay, thank you.
Perform.
Rani, out of time. Apa, Dr. Salmi?
Yeah.
Betul.
Okay. So out of time for 2 months and then they are not done yet on the testing, for example. What kind of testing you can do?
Black box, white box.
Itu je, whiteboard, black box. Okay.
Masuk dalam lagi ada banyak lagi.
Okay, good. Let you know. Okay, you have the idea, right? So on the cost side, okay, then they decide, okay, we try to push towards the end, we try to save the time, okay, maybe do 1 or 2 testing and then that's all, right? Okay, even when you did the testing, it's not the developer, right? It's supposed to be the third party. It's better. You know about that, right? Okay, because in lab or on the developer side, of course they can do the testing, but for the confirmation, maybe need a third party opinion as well, right? On the testing side. Okay, in reality, a company possibly try to reduce some of the activity on the testing side, and then they are moving to they are trying to catch up the time and then pass them on time, try to agree on the time side. Okay, so when they skip certain of the testing, possibly, okay, there are bugs that is not being detected. Okay, the problems that not detected. Okay, because they try to skip and then they are try to reduce the time. Okay, so what happened is that possibly the quality is there. It will be impact on the quality, right? It will effect on the quality because the bug is not detected because of less testing. Okay, so even in terms of the time, yeah, it's irrelated. What we want to highlight here is that in the triple constraint. Okay, I think 23 slide here. Now is we are in the 23 slide. I have 40 over, I think. I may catch up. Not on time as well, but hopefully I will, okay. So this is the difference between software management and other project management. Okay, product is intangible as I explained just now. Okay, is one-off project. Okay, what we mean by one-off project is that because one project is unique from another project. Let's say you are software developer, you are your main service means on the developer side is mainly on the e-commerce application, for example, or banking for the banking system. So that is your specialty, for example, your company more concentrating on that kind of project, all right? So let's say when you have your customer, for example, for the banking system, your customer is the RHB, for example, okay? And then they are expecting you here, and then the project, okay, habis, okay, done, okay? And then you have another customer, okay, from CIMB, for example. CIMB, they have certain, maybe they of course, because different customer have different expectation, okay, and also what we have here is that, okay, it's a one-off project. We cannot say that it's a similar project because different customer, different expectation. Okay, so that's why what we call one-off project. Okay, so software process are variable and organization specific. Okay, that's also I mentioned just now on the different side. Okay, different customer, different expectation, different needs, right? Although in terms of domain of the application is the same, but in certain way it is different. Okay, management activities in general, okay, on the management side, okay, not on the development side, it's on the management side. This is management activities. We have five management activities. Okay, in any project, okay, this is the activities that should be done. Okay, project planning. So project planning is before the project started. Okay, you plan what for your project. So on the planning side, some of the things that you have also, although it's not detailed yet. For example, estimating, but you need to do the projection. You have to predict your cost. You have, although the scheduling, for example, your customer give you 1 year project, 12 months, but on the scheduling side, you have to make your activities inside the schedule. Okay, what are the activities covered? Let's say you want to use agile development. So supposed to in your scheduling, project scheduling, you should have the agile lah. Okay, what are the activities involved in the agile? Okay, or even assigning people to tasks. Okay, let's say, okay, Ali, okay, is good in requirement specification or a system analyst. He have experience in system analyst. Okay, Abu, okay, on the analysis and design. Okay, and others, for example, CT, okay, as a programmer. So those inside the scheduling, beside you have the scheduling, you have to assign people, okay, with the tasks, okay, that need to be performed during the development. Okay, so that is on project planning before the project start. Okay, reporting is the one. Reporting can be me Me as a developer reporting to the management, me as a project leader reporting to the customer. Okay, so reporting is the one that is very important because from there you report the things. Okay, what happened? Where are you now? Okay, what are the situation? Okay, what are the problems possibly? Okay, so reporting itself is part of the documentation. Okay, and those documentation should be stored or documented in somewhere, right? Risk management, okay, we have one dedicated chapters on risk management. You have class at 10, class?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Yes, doctor.
Risk management, people management, and proposal writing. Okay, this also what you're going to have lah later in the chapter. And even for proposal writing, also we are going to ask you to prepare a project planning. Okay, one of it. Okay. Right. So, management spectrum, people, product, process, and project. So this is the things that we're going to have. Stakeholder that I mentioned just now, okay, who are the stakeholder? You should define who are the stakeholder. Usually in the document like project planning or project proposal, you will define the terms that you use. Hold on, I don't. No, yeah, money. Speaking. Yeah. Sorry, I have class now. Can you call me later? All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so this is a stakeholder. Even you can have other terms that will suit with what you have, especially during the project. Okay, so people, software teams. Okay, so people in the software teams organize, lead, collaborate, motivate. Okay, create good ideas. So this is what happened inside during the project. Okay, so motivation, team leader. Sorry, MOI model, motivation, organizational, and ideas and innovation. So this is when you have this team of people, okay, and then should have in terms of involve motivation, okay, involve the existing process and also giving ideas. Okay, you can read this one. Okay, factors must be considered when selecting a software project team structure. This also recovers in human management or people management later. How to select a team, but this is very general in terms of overview, right? Overview. So it depends on the many factors here lah. Difficulty of the problem, what are the domain, what are the customer expectation. Some application are very uh, difficult to get expertise. Expertise here means that people involved in the project need special needs. Okay, but not all the people have that expertise. Right, programming, for example, as a programmer in certain application like critical application, for example, involve medical, so that we consider as critical project lah. Critical software application. Okay, size of the program, maybe in terms of timeline, okay, problem or how big is the project, okay, in terms of on the development, the rigidity of the delivery date and others. Right? Okay. I will explain this one after. I think this one. Okay, we have a few others here. I think we don't have enough time. So I will continue next week. Okay. So I want to call for the attendance. Okay. Can I have another 1 minute? Maharas, are you there? Maharas?
Just for
Okay, very fast ya.
I'm here.
Maliha? Maliha?
Yes,
Ada?
doktor.
Okay.
Ada.
Ruya? Rani ada?
Yes, doktor.
Liu, are you there, Liu? Liu? Obichi? Ada? Watch. Wash Abdullah? Tak ada. Aina?
Ada.
Aina ada. Muhammad Faris? Faris, are you there? Faris Nazri?
Ya, saya.
Muhammad Taufik? Adinesh?
Yes, Doctor.
Adinesh ya. Taufik ada?
Since he just left, maybe he have no problem.
Oh, Taufik. Alright. Okay, have passed. Okay, Syazwani?
Ada.
Ada. Okay, Fahim? Adlin?
Ada.
Syarul?
Ada.
Nurul Syafiqah? Ada?
Ada.
Siapa ada? Siti ke Nurul?
Nurul Syafiqah.
Okay. Siti?
Ada.
Okay. Izzati?
Ada.
Hanif, Muhammad Hanif, Muhammad Ferry.
Ada, Doktor.
Ada.
Okay, good. Nurul Fatihah?
Ada.
Dan